Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Man, these chairs have got to go. I cannot wait until they send up the replacements.
Yeah. I'm gonna launch these pieces of shit into the sun.
Hey everyone, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Steven. This is 60 Cycle Hum, the guitar buying, selling, trading, modding, fixing, breaking, reviewing, playing podcast. Ryan.
Yeah, Steve.
You know that old saying?
I do know that old saying, but just for the sake of humoring everyone,
Yeah.
why don't you repeat it for me?
They always say, just fake it until you make it. And I think when people say that, they kind of mean it in the sense of like, act like you've been there before.
Yeah, act like you belong in the room.
What they don't mean is pretend that you are important.
Well,
when
don't cheat it till you're defeated.
Yes. Exactly.
So we've got some dirt to shovel this episode, which is unique for us. We don't usually do that sort of thing. We're going to talk about a fellow guitar YouTuber that we and many other guitar YouTubers believe or suspect is allegedly, for entertainment purposes, legally speaking, cheating the YouTube game. Yeah. And I want to start out with a little story about myself. I've been doing demos.
Is this a little story all about how your life got flipped, turned upside down?
That's right, Steve. That is right.
I did not know you were from South Philadelphia.
Now I live in Bel Air, Bel Air space. So anyways, when I first started out...
Bel Air space.
That's pretty good, right?
Sorry.
When I first started doing demos, I had it in my head from the very beginning, like, I see this as a paid marketing opportunity. I'm looking at this like, I'd love to be able to do this and spin it into a career where I'm making money doing these demos, because I've done a couple of videos and I really enjoyed doing it. I'd love to do more of this. And I got caught into this mental trap of looking at everyone else's channels, seeing how many views that they would get to cover the same exact product, piece of gear, pedal, guitar, whatever, as I was covering. And I just couldn't understand why they were getting so many clicks and I was struggling to get like 100.
Right.
Which was, like, looking back, it was wild because we already were established as a podcast. And I thought, already being established, we'll be able to say to our audience of thousands, like, hey, go watch demo videos that I made. And it didn't work.
Right.
And it was so perplexing to me that I started to believe that all the other channels must be buying views.
Right.
I assumed that must be what's going on, because it is incredibly frustrating to start a YouTube channel. It takes a ton of work, and it takes a lot of videos to build momentum to the point where you start getting the amount of clicks that you might expect. And some people never get there. Like, they never find the magic. They never find their place in the algorithm, and they give up. It happens all the time. Most channels don't make it very far. But then over time, I studied up on that stuff. I even tested it a couple times. I bought like 500 views to see what would happen.
Right.
And things like that. And what I realized over time, getting to know the algorithm, is like, that would be a really, really bad thing to do to a channel, is to buy views, because it just will poison the well of the algorithm.
Yeah. There used to be a whole, like, you'd read blogs and stuff about how to be a YouTuber, and were places that would be like, well, you should buy, that would recommend like, you should buy views, but don't buy too many views.
And here's some links to places that give us an affiliate
right.
earning if you click the link and then go buy views from them. That's what happens on the internet. We all know that. So like, it's a trap that is set to pull money away from aspiring YouTubers, is to go buy views from these click farms, basically. I don't remember who first tipped us off to this, but we've been watching this channel for a while, and it is incredibly clear that they are habitually, allegedly, buying views and subscribers. Maybe even comments, because a lot of the comments seem strange.
Yeah. Basically, we're going to walk through it, but they have numbers that don't make sense.
They don't make any sense at all. And I'm gonna say we're gonna use screenshots from Social Blade in this. I don't really like to use Social Blade most of the time to judge anyone else's channels or content or whatever, because it's a bit of a blunt object. It doesn't get the numbers quite right, and it never tells the complete story.
Yeah.
But we're gonna show you charts that show you what normal looks like. And then we're going to show you charts from this channel, which we're not going to name, by the way. Maybe you think you're a super sleuth and you can figure it out from context clues or whatever. I kind of doubt it, because from what we can tell, this channel's not getting real views. I don't think anyone actually knows who they are.
Seems like no one's really being fed this channel organically.
Right. And the reason why us, YouTube shills know about it is because this person, I'm giving away a little bit of why we're talking about this. This channel is getting paid gigs, paid sponsorships from brands that I've covered, that many of our other guitar YouTuber friends have covered. And we tend to search around like, oh, hey, let's see who else is covering the same thing that I covered today. And people were seeing this channel pop up and go like, wait a minute, how did they get so many views on this so quickly? Oh my gosh. None of this makes sense. So that's how they got spotted. That's why anyone who's going to do this in the future will get spotted eventually. And we haven't told any of the brands or anything like that, but eventually word's going to get out. And my goal for this video is to make the brands that watch this channel or might watch this channel aware of what to look for when you're trying to hire one of us. A guitar YouTube channel, a guitar influencer, content creator, whoever. There are key things that you need to look at if you're going to hire someone to do a job, and that's what we do. So
yeah, I think this, to your point, to that point, I think this segment is probably for 3 different people. It's it's for
sure.
It's for if you're an aspiring YouTuber and you want to kind of see how not to do it. If you are a brand who, or like say you're a new pedal company and you're just trying to figure out like, who should you do your marketing with, among a list, or what should you look for when you're looking for marketing? And the third person I think is just people who want to hear us talk. And if you're not one of those 3 people, I would probably say right now you should fast forward about 20 or 25 minutes.
Steve will put chapters in.
I will put chapters in.
But if you're here for the drama, buckle up, because here we go. Let's start looking at some charts.
Where do you want to start?
Let's start by looking at his chart, which I've covered up the channel's name. But let's take a look at this, and there's clear indicators right off the bat that something is up. These are charts going back 2 years on Social Blade. Something I really want you to look at is that the top chart and the bottom chart do not seem to match up with each other.
No.
When we show you charts from channels that you are aware of and familiar with, you'll see that top chart almost always matches up really close with the bottom chart. It's subscribers gained and views gained. And, in theory, if I have a video that really pops off, it gets 50,000 views, you'll see that subscriber bump, but then you'll also see a view bump underneath it, and they'll correlate with each other, right? So looking at this chart, nothing matches up. Also, there are wild things going on. Things start out pretty normal for this channel. They're getting a couple, maybe 1 or 2, 3,000 subscribers a month. That's not unheard of. It's not unusual.
Yeah, and then it's pretty fast. But it's you're right. It's not unheard of.
That is a channel that's cooking pretty good in the guitar world. Is to get 3,000 subscribers a month.
I think we'll talk about some of those numbers in a little bit, like what's maybe normal.
And I made this. I photoshopped this all together, showing different places on these charts.
Yeah,
December 2003, all the way I think through February or something like that, maybe even up to March, there was like 4 months where Social Blade tracked 0 subscribers on this channel, 0 new subscribers, which it rounds down. It could have meant 300 new, 800 new, something like that. I think it rounds down to the closest.
Yeah. So
whatever.
So, but what I've seen, at least in the charts, there is it will count 1,000 when you hit 1,000. So 999 is 0,
right?
And then 1,000. That's at least on their numerical charts.
So these are fairly normal looking numbers for the subscribes gained. Then all of a sudden in July 2024, they gained 10,000 subscribers. And there was a bump before that. So in June, they gained like 5,000 or whatever. And then I highlighted October 2024. They gained 35,000 subscribers.
In one
which
day.
is, well, this is by month. So,
or in 1 month. So over 1,000 subscribers per day.
That's insane. But then something extremely telling. No one else is going to care about this at all, but we're very excited about it. The very next month, or maybe 2 months later, December 2024, negative 3,000 subscribers.
Right.
In our decade of making, 11 years of making guitar content, we've never been in the negative. And
for a month, no way. For a day, this video will probably lose us 5 subscribers.
I don't think we've ever had a day that was negative. No matter how controversial a thing that we do, throwing a guitar off a bridge, tearing a Rickenbacker apart, talking trash on some beloved blues boy or whatever, we've never had a day that was in the negative. In a decade of doing this, this person had a month where they lost 3,000 subscribers, where 2 months previous, they gained 35,000.
Yeah.
That to me is a clear indicator that YouTube saw something was going on and took some away.
So YouTube will, and people have talked about this before, YouTube does every year or so. It seems kind of random. I don't know if there's a plan for it, but they will do a subscriber purge. And how they decide what is a fake account or a dead account or whatever, but we've seen this. We actually saw that happening when we first started doing the King Sumos. Right. And we're linking to our friends' channels where their numbers would go way up. I think Philip Carter over at 40 Watt, I think he gained 2,000 subscribers in like 2 days.
Right.
And then it went back down. I think YouTube took away like 1,000 of those. Yeah. Because again, it even in that case, it was not bot behavior. It was like live stream raid behavior, right? But the YouTube algorithm, whatever, did not like that.
It caught that something very unusual was happening, and it made very fast, rough corrections to what was going on, and then started to give some subscribers back and take others away. It was a big experiment. And it backfired, and it taught us all a lesson. But in the end, everyone kind of bounced out after it.
There's another thing in here. Oh, and this is, I guess, on the bottom chart.
Yeah, so the bottom chart is the gained views, which we were saying earlier should correlate with subscriber gained. It doesn't. In June 2023, all of a sudden, we can't even tell. Oh, I see what happened. So in June 2023, they got 22,000 views.
Yeah.
Pretty normal for where that channel was back then for the subscriber count that they were getting at that moment. Then October 2023, a few months later, 732,000 views, a big old spike. And then November, the very next month, YouTube takes almost all of it away. Yeah. That's an incredibly unusual thing to see on a channel's chart like that. It doesn't make any sense at all unless you consider that this channel is buying numbers.
And to that point, what was that number? 732,000.
Yeah.
Did you put our monthlies in here?
I did. So I do have a chart for us in here somewhere.
Oh, there it is. Social Blade. Oh, that's the monthly total.
I tend to
the gained.
Observe us getting somewhere between 500,000 and 700,000 views a month.
Yeah.
That's
right. What I'm looking at here. We on average probably about 500,000 to 700,000.
It depends on the time of year. But for this to happen in October randomly after the previous year was showing around 20,000 views a month is completely bonkers. And I tried to go back to that date to see if he had a video that exploded or something. Couldn't find anything.
Right.
There was a video that had 14,000 views, I think. You don't get 732,000 views from that.
It kind of looks like it almost looks like there was a video that maybe was uploaded that he bought a ton of views for,
and then maybe took it
that
down.
Then either, I don't know if you took it down, if Social Blade would count that as just taking away views. I think that's something where YouTube would have looked at all those views and said, this is all bot activity.
Right.
So we're taking that all back.
And they can probably tell because it's the same bot accounts.
Yeah.
Doing the same thing on multitudes of channels on the same day at the same time. And it's probably really easy to detect.
Now,
and okay, go ahead.
So going back slightly, you talked about this, the gain where there's that one gain month where it was how many? 30 something thousand?
Right. October
35,000 in October 24. When I put everything, I put together this graphic that will probably, hopefully be there. I pulled out 10 different YouTubers of various size. The only channel that I could find in the guitar space or general music space that gets more than 30,000 subscribers a month is Rick Beato.
Right.
And he has 5 million subscribers. Right. So that number makes sense for him.
And everyone knows who they are.
Yeah.
I guarantee you've never heard of this channel that we're not going to name. And we're not going to put on blast by name here because there's really no reason. There's really no reason, because the thing is that he's not stealing from the audience. He's not cheating the audience. He's not cheating you, the viewer. What's going on here, what we suspect, allegedly, for entertainment purposes is going on here, is that he's using this to scam sponsors, to scam brands, to get gear and to get demo fees.
Yeah. Because
he's making his channel look like it is a fully successful, fully off the ground, fully on the map channel. But there's so many issues. And I just want to say, like, if you were able to look at his channel right now, you would see videos that have 200,000 views. You would see videos that have 60,000 views, 90,000 views, 80,000 views, all these big, round, 5-number numbers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you go look at the comments section. Like, oh, this is interesting. They're getting a lot of views to cover the same product that a lot of the rest of us are covering. This wild that he's getting so many views on these. Then you check the comment section, 2 comments, 4 comments.
Yeah.
Another 2 comments, 6 comments. Like, if I have a video that crosses 10,000 views, just 10,000, you can bet there's probably 150 comments there.
Yeah. You took a screenshot of a Mike Cole video. I love Mike's content.
Yeah.
That video has 61,000 views and it has 155 comments. And I would actually say that's on the low side of normal.
It is.
But to that point, one of the metrics that we learned early on in interacting with brands, and one of the things actually I love to look at with RJ on the shorts, is when he puts up a short that only gets like 2,000 or 3,000 views, but it has like 50 comments on it, because it means people are super engaged with it, even though it's the algorithm doesn't like it, but the people the algorithm is serving it to love it.
Yeah.
And we had brands come to us really early on who were like, yeah, you guys only get like maybe at the time, like 1,000, 2,000 views, but you're getting like 20, 30, 40 comments on every video. So we know that we're moving units, even though the number isn't big. We know your base is engaged with our brand when they watch your video.
And that was something that was so surprising to me starting out, is how quickly brands started coming to us and coming to me for demo videos and coming to the podcast for sponsorship in the very early days. And it wasn't because we had big numbers.
Yeah.
It was because they liked us.
Yeah.
And it is because people that liked them were telling them about us. So they were tuning in to check it out. The guitar industry, the professionals out there that are building pedals and guitars and amps and things like that, they're not like me where I have to sit and edit all day. They want to listen to things. They want to listen to podcasts. They want to watch demo videos. They're probably one of the most consistent consumers of guitar media out there. They find us on their own. So if you're making good content that's engaging to the industry, they're going to find you and they're going to want to throw product at you and they're going to want to pay your demo fees and things like that. It's a very natural ecosystem of things that go on. So to see someone who's clearly not getting real views, but they're charging demo fees, and I went to their website. They have a website, and I went there a couple months ago to see if I could find their rates, and they have rates. And to be honest, it is really one of those things where when someone cheats and someone fakes it, they don't know what real numbers look like.
Right.
So like they don't know that 90,000 views on a video with 4 comments looks weird. They also don't know that the rate that they're trying to charge for a demo channel that consistently gets 90,000 views is way too low. Like
I hadn't even thought of that.
Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. If I was getting those views consistently, I would be charging way more than I'm charging right now.
Mm-hmm.
And this person is charging way less than I'm charging right now. So the whole thing, every part that you look at looks and feels fake to people who are doing the real work. A perplexing thing though, this person is making good videos. That's that's the kicker of it. Is they're actually making videos that I look at it and I'm like, this is a fully competent video. This is totally fine. If someone found this video, I think a lot of people would enjoy it. And what's happened from us sitting and looking at the numbers for a while and obsessing over this for way too long, honestly, the trend that I'm seeing with this channel is if you go back a couple years, everything looks kind of normal. They're getting, they're getting 1,000 views on a video and 30 comments. They're getting 14,000 views on a video that popped for some reason. And they're getting 60, 70 comments or whatever. They're getting a normal amount of likes. And then all of a sudden they started buying numbers allegedly for entertainment purposes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And ever since then, you start to see a drop off. You see less and less comments. The likes look bought because they're the same amount of likes on every single video. It's like, why is this so consistent, but there's no audience interaction? And you look at their other posts, like shorts and community posts and stuff like that, and there's no interactions at all. I think that a natural consequence of this fakery is that they tanked their channel. I don't think they're getting any of the natural views that they used to. Yeah. And so it's all false now, because what happens is the algorithms, people think the algorithm is about if we make a funny face for the thumbnail or we use the right keywords or things like that. I don't think that's how it works. I think the way it works is the algorithm looks at who's watching your content already. And they go, this group of, 10,000 people watched this video. Who else do they watch? Oh, it looks like they watch a lot of guitar content. Okay, everyone who is watching all this guitar content, we're going to recommend them more guitar content. And we're going to include the content that they already watch, and we're going to try some other content that's also guitar content that people like them that watch the same things that they watch will also watch, but they're not watching that yet. So it's this web of connections of the viewer. Not what we're doing in the video. It's a web of connections of the viewer. Mm-hmm. So if you're buying fake viewers, you are building a web of lies, essentially. And the algorithm can't figure out what you're actually doing. It doesn't know that you make guitar content because everyone that watches your channel is a bot that watches random channels that they're paid to watch, that they're paid to click on. So there's not a connection to an audience that's like, oh, wow, all these guitar loving accounts have been watching this channel. He completely screwed himself out of the original audience that he had, and the algorithm's not showing his content to those people anymore because it's confused. It's a completely self-defeating thing to do. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, now you can charge brands a fee to do demos, and it looks like you're working hard to make good content, but no one real is actually watching you. Mm-hmm. So it just feels so depressing to me.
A lot of the brands that he's looked at, I'm reading his website, and he says a lot of like nice words.
Don't quote anything. I don't want anyone to search
about
anything.
Himself, talking about how his reviews are honest and he's going to tell the truth about your product and how he can provide you sales figures after the video goes, which I don't know how that goes.
Yeah, big red flag on that.
But here's the thing: is this channel is based in where they're based. I almost want to be like, can I find a brand in that country or any brand that runs their own affiliate program and be like, look, if I give you some money, can you just send something to him because I want to expose this dude? But then it's not even worth it because it's not a real channel.
Here's my take on that.
Like it wouldn't even be worth it for a kid detective to go after this guy because this guy doesn't actually have any followers to poach.
Right. That's the thing. Like you guys, the viewers, you guys are not the victims of this. Theoretically, in the long term, if this was rampant, if a ton of channels were doing this, this could actually negatively affect everyone involved, the viewers included,
right? Because
this industry that we're in is built on trust.
Yeah.
Is built on the trust that you have, that we built. You know, we work really hard, really hard to earn your trust by being honest, by being fair, by being predictable, by being people that you can count on. We also have to build trust with the brands. The brands are not going to continue to send us stuff to demonstrate so that you can have trustworthy media to figure out if you want this stuff or not. If they find out that there's people doing this fake, that are trying to scam them, if the brands think that they're getting scammed by this, then in the long run, it's going to hurt the entire industry.
Yeah.
And it will make it completely unsustainable. And it's just a really bad look too. It's just a really bad look for everyone involved. But I also want to say, I don't want to, one of the reasons why we're not naming names and we're not telling people what's going on here, because I don't actually want to ruin his channel. I don't want to ruin his life. I don't actually want to lose him clients. But the brands that hire him kind of actually do need to know what to look out for. And if they're looking out for these things, they're looking for if there's an appropriate amount of comments that look like real comments, that don't look like bot comments, that reflect the amount of views that the videos are getting. Are they getting an appropriate amount of click through and buy through from affiliate links and stuff like that? You've got to look out for this stuff to make sure you're dealing with someone who's on the level. I don't want to wreck this guy. I don't want to expose him to the world and collapse his channel, because like I said, I think he's making good videos. He is redeemable. Yeah. He could knock this off. He could tell brands in the future, and maybe he's telling them now. We don't know. Sorry. I'm
go ahead.
You. I've got a lot of ranting to do.
You've thought about this.
I have, and I'm deep on the inside of because I'm the demo guy on this channel. Yeah, I'm deep on the inside of this, so it means a lot to me. I want him to have the opportunity to turn around because he is making good content, and he did have a well-earned audience at some point, and he's wrecked it. He can earn them again, but he's got to knock this off, and he's got to tell brands that he's working with, like, hey man, I went through this thing where I was trying to see if I could fix my channel by juicing the algorithm, by buying views. I thought that would work. I was told that would work, and it didn't work. And so the numbers that you're seeing aren't fully reflective of what's going on here, but I'm working towards earning back my lost audience and gaining a new audience. Like, I am totally down for this person to redeem themselves in some way similar to that.
You're such a nice guy.
Well, he's doing the work is the thing.
That's the weirdest part about it.
It's not an easy thing to do to make videos.
And to the point that you made earlier, like, by buying all these views and buying all these fake subs and whatever, it does kind of look like he's wrecked his own channel, and he would almost be just as well off, maybe better off, starting all over.
Maybe.
Here's the thing where
republish everything to a new channel.
Here's the thing where I think I disagree with you.
Okay.
I think he's been a bad actor since almost the beginning.
That's your suspicion. You might be right, but
I think he has numbers like within the first 6 months of his channel creation that don't make sense.
Well, I want to say that the Social Blade, unless you're paying for it, it only goes back 2 years. So we don't know what happened previous to 2 years. But I think he's only going back. I think he only went back like 3 years or something like that. But
but he only goes back 3 years. And what I'm saying is, when you look at his videos from 3 years ago, it'll be like 200 views, and then 10,000 views, but also still no comments. So I think he was experimenting with this really early on.
I was seeing videos that had 50, 60 comments on them. And
they were all like, "Oh, I really like your shirt."
Some of them looked fake. Some of them looked real.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's buying views and having them, or buying comments and having them applied to his whole channel, or being applied retroactively to older videos or something like that.
It just looks real fishy going back. I do agree with you. His content has evolved a lot over the 3 years. It's gotten better. I think the content he's making now would be a decent start for a channel. I think there's something, he uses a filter or something that it does some weird distortions, but I think he's got like the basis. But my point is, like, his channel should be, in my opinion, after 3 years, his channel should probably be somewhere in the like 5 to 10,000 sub range based on the quality of the video.
I wouldn't even be surprised if he was landing in the 20 to 30. That would be in the realm of normalcy.
I think a lot of his early videos have audio problems that would have prevented that.
So did ours.
Not to the level of some of these, but
Sure.
but to that point, like,
sometimes people love like the gritty, authentic stuff.
Maybe I'm underestimating. Maybe you're overestimating. The point is neither of those numbers is 150,000 after 3 years,
or 30 something thousand in a month.
Yeah. To that point,
you don't just get spikes like that. That's crazy.
And their growth phases do exist. I mentioned earlier,
Sure.
Rick Beato gets 40,000 subs a month because he's a 5 million sub channel.
There was
the flip side of it is Ola England, who's an almost 1 million sub channel. He's got 900,000 subs. He gets 3,000 subs a month. Mary Spender, who's slowed down a lot with her channel because she's focusing on songwriting and everything more.
Mm-hmm.
So she makes like maybe 2 or 3 or 4 videos, like not the prolific stuff, but she still gets 3,000 subs a month. Phil McKnight gets 3,000 subs a month. Us, Henning, we get 1,000 subs a month. Who's actually really killing it right now? Jason Mays,
Jason
at 20,000 subs, gets
it.
1,000 subs a month. The only like freak that I found in this, and it makes sense because her channel is tapping in a lot of different places, is Emily Hopkins gets 12,000 subs a month.
Yeah.
And that's the only, like, her and Jason are both outliers in the same way, but it makes sense because they're doing a lot of work and they're in every channel I think does have a high growth phase, and how you sustain that is variable. His channel doesn't reflect that he should be getting 30,000 subs a month,
No.
which is what he gets some months.
Well, you can't even see it in his individual videos. There's no video on his channel that looks like a video that randomly pops off and gains you that sort of following. Like,
right.
There's nothing in there that indicates why there would be that sort of change. Unless he had some video that was controversial that blew up and then it got removed or something like that. If that was going on, I would have seen someone talking about this person. You would have seen someone talking about him on Guitar Circle Jerk or something like that. On Reddit somewhere. I'd never seen this person in my life until there were rumors going on in the guitar YouTuber circles. So something to look out for. Like I said, I'm not looking to sick the dogs on this person. I'm not looking for people to try to go figure out who this person is. You will not be able to from this video.
When you tell people they won't be able to, it's like you're challenging them to.
I know. And this is the challenge. Landon Bailey is releasing a video today. We were planning on doing this, and then he told me he was doing one as well. So go watch Landon's video. Maybe he'll have context clues. I hope he doesn't. We also know that Henning talked about this a bit in one of his recent rants, where he rides around on one of his electric unicycles or something like that, and rants the camera. So people in our circle are talking about this. Yeah. There's dozens of guitar YouTubers.
There's at least 3 guitar YouTubers who are talking about this.
There's
us,
more.
Landon, Henning.
There's more behind the scenes that are fully aware and have looked at the numbers and are scratching their heads and going like, yeah, this doesn't look right, the same way that we are right now. If you are a brand that's watching, don't email us asking who it is. That's not the game we're looking to play. I don't want to ruin this guy's life. I'm just inviting you as sponsors, as brands, as people who hire guitar content creators to do your due diligence before hiring something. Don't just look at the view count. Don't just look at the subscriber count. go and look at the rest. Go and look at comments. Look at the quality of the comments. Figure out, is that a comment that is actually about this video, or does this like a copy paste from a script of things that could be said on any video? Look to see if, jump onto Social Blade. Don't use it to judge everything that you see. But like I showed that graph where the top didn't match up with the bottom, and then I showed a bunch of other graphs where the tops did match up with the bottom. That's normal.
Yeah.
You can spot normal pretty easily now that we've shown it to you. So these are just things to keep in mind. We want the brands that we work with and might work with in the future, or we'll never work with. We want all the brands out there that want to work with people like us to be treated honestly and fairly. Just the same way we want the audience to be treated honestly and fairly. It has to go both ways or none of this works. So I think that's my wrap up on this. We've been talking a long time, but I think it's worth it.
I did tell people to fast forward about 20 minutes. And I guess it's been 30.
Yeah.
But speaking of brands that work with us, brands
that have confirmed that, yes, we do have a real audience.
Yeah, so we actually got one of our old sponsors back. I think it's that time of the year.
I think this is our third time getting them back.
Third time with them.
Welcome back, TrueFire.
Welcome back, TrueFire. Of course, do we want to read this? I don't know how to do this.
No, just use it as talking points. We know what to say about TrueFire.
TrueFire. They're a massive lesson. I would call that a lesson community.
Yeah.
There's over 2 million guitarists using it.
It's a lesson marketplace.
There's 84,000 video lessons. They've got slow-mo and looping and sync tab and backing tracks, all kinds of things that help you learn.
If you want to learn a song or a style or a set of theory or ideas from someone who really knows what they're talking about, and they're going to get into it thorough.
Yeah.
Like every little bit, every little nook and cranny of what you're trying to learn, TrueFire is a great place to end up. Like we've used a bunch of their programs and gone through it, and I've been impressed every time at just how thorough the information is.
So they also, like some of their instructors, Steve Vai is one of their instructors.
Oh my goodness. Can you imagine being taught by Steve Vai?
Eric Johnson.
You don't have to imagine anymore because you can do it.
Yeah. Guthrie Trapp, tons more.
Sure.
From all kinds of genres. They have the All Access Pass, which gives you access to every course, thousands of lessons across all genres, all these educators. And here's the thing, if you go to truefire.com/60-cycle, I'll have the link down below because that was a mouthful. You can get a 14-day free all access trial, full access, no limits, no strings attached.
And we always
I like this. No strings attached. Well, except for the 6 or 7 or 8.
Right.
Or 4 or 5 on your guitar.
Any amount of strings. I don't know if they have harp videos.
So yeah, go check that out. And if you're looking for new strings for your guitar,
you're
going to want to hear about our next sponsor, Stringjoy.
That transition was velvet smooth.
Yeah. They've got another Stringjoy guitar this summer going this month.
You know what it is?
I think it's a Les Paul, but
you want one more Les Paul in your life? Get over there to Stringjoy, sign up for their email list, and you'll be put in the running. That's how it works, right? It's email list?
No, you got to go. You got to just buy a pack of strings or some picks or something.
Purchase
there is a way to do it. No purchase necessary.
Of course there is.
On there. The guitar is a Gibson Custom Shop 58 Les Paul reissue with hardshell case. That is a beauty.
It's got a little bit of flame on it.
I think I need to go buy some strings.
I can never enter to win it because they just give me strings.
I know. But there are ways to do it without purchase. And it's 1 entry per person. So if you buy 10 packs of strings, you don't get 10. But I think if you buy 1 pack just to get in the contest, you're going to want to buy more later.
Buy one with each one of your burner email addresses. Yeah, you're going to lose money in shipping, but you bought a bunch of tickets to win, right?
Yeah.
And a company like Stringjoy that's selling strings to thousands and thousands of people every month, that'll surely increase your odds in a reasonable amount. Right?
I don't think this would happen, but let's say you won the Stringjoy contest. You get that Les Paul, and you just decide you're a Strat guy or a Telecaster guy, or maybe you're like me and you're like, I don't need 2 Les Pauls. I need another bass. You can take that Custom Shop Gibson Les Paul.
Here we go.
Head on over to reverb.com, who also sponsors this. You're so hard right now. And you can sell that guitar over there, and then you can buy something else on reverb.com.
Perfect. You know what else you could buy on reverb.com, Steve?
Effects.
You could buy pedals. You could buy used Chase Bliss pedals.
That's
Why are you
right.
buying them used? Is because you didn't get on their email list to find out when they were coming out new, and now they're discontinued. You can't get them anymore.
Yeah.
Chase Bliss stopped making them, so all you can do is get them used. You're over there on Reverb searching for them, but you wouldn't have to do that if you just signed up for their email list, so you could find out when the new stuff is coming out, so you can get it before everyone else.
When the Lost and Found was announced, like that morning, people were like, Lost and Found, Lost and Found, Lost and Found. I was like, oh, you guys are still talking about that? I saw that email last night.
Yeah, I was done talking about that when I was telling my wife about it at 1 o'clock in the morning. So that's old news to me because I'm an email list boy. Don't
That's
you
right.
want to be an email list boy? Go click on their email list and join the Chase Bliss Audio email list. So you can find out when
still
stuff
trying to
comes
decide
out.
if I'm going to get one of those. I kind of like it, but like I took apart my pedals and I took apart one of my pedal boards. What I think needs to happen first is I need to put some of those pedals on reverb.com.
Yeah. I keep
gotta
teasing
figure it
it.
out.
I'm probably still a couple weeks away from posting all the stuff that Mrs. Hum has photographed for Reverb. We've got so many pedals we're going to unload on there soon.
Ryan,
Watch, I'm not going to get it done until Reverb stops sponsoring us.
hopefully
Hopefully I do it soon. And we've worked out some fun extras to go with that whole thing. All right, let's do the back half of our show now, where we talk about ads, listings from the used world of guitar stuff, from Reverb, Craigslist, eBay, etc., things that you guys have sent in. And actually, I need to mention, send more. I'm getting close to the end.
I saw in my email that there's only like 80 ads left. Is that right?
Wow. I went through a lot today.
Jeez.
So yeah, please send more. Please send more.
You sound like
And not just Joey. Come on.
you sound like Tim Robinson right now.
Come on, guys, just send more.
Just send more.
Just send more, all right?
Fuck you, send more. This is from Justin Jolkowski. It's perfect Relic. What I have here is a fully modded I don't know why I said it like that.
Neither do I.
Stratocaster made to the exact spec down to the of Stevie Ray Vaughan. These hiccups were made. There's so many typos.
I love the typos.
By Migas Touch Pickups.
Migas Touch.
Check out his website for more questions about the pick. This guitar is paragraph, a great player. By paragraph, I just mean it's paragraph break. A great player, and you can put 1,000 miles on it. Thanks for checking it out. Is 1,000 miles, is that a Stevie Ray Vaughan reference?
Probably. I don't know. They want $1,450 for this, not $14.50, $1,450. And there's a calculate shipping thing or whatever, so we don't get to see the shipping.
Is this a fake SRV signature? Like, what's the signature on the back?
Yeah, dude, it's all fake.
Is that their signature? Is
Probably.
that the maker's signature?
So this whole thing is a lesson in why you shouldn't try to Relic poly finished guitars. They tried really hard to get there, and I think they captured the vibe of it. And I have no doubt that this guitar plays well. They have a video of a kid playing it, and he does a great job playing it. I have no doubt that it just plays and feels and sounds like a normal Strat, like it should. But man, the relicing on the finish is real rough. They attacked this thing with a blowtorch, I'm assuming, because the wood is burned in places. Mm-hmm. And the thing that you learn when you try to strip a poly guitar that makes it turn out different than a nitro guitar is that when you relic and strip and chip away paint on a nitro guitar, the sanding coat goes with it. If there's a sanding coat underneath, it might just be the color that you're working with and then maybe another nitro color under it or whatever. But the point is that those layers of paint, they go with each other. They disappear with each other as you're removing them. Poly-finished guitars often will have this thick, clear, hard as rock, impervious to heat, plastic sanding layer.
Right.
And so you'll remove the color, mm-hmm. and you think you're at wood, but you're not yet. And so then you do something like this where you tack the raw wood with a heat gun or a blowtorch or something like that, trying to strip away the color.
Yeah.
And you burn the wood that is exposed, but you don't burn the parts that still have that clear sanding coat. and it just kind of looks scabby.
This headstock says Phoenix on it as if it was burned on purpose. And this guitar is risen from the ashes.
Yeah.
But the Phoenix looks like it's written by like, I mean, I don't know how your son's handwriting is, but I know my 15-year-old's handwriting. This is maybe like her handwriting's not great.
I have shitty handwriting. This, I can do better than this.
But it's like there was like no thought to this.
I was trying to figure out if I was missing a context clue that this was all done by the child in the video who played it, in which case
we're huge assholes.
Great job. No, if a kid did this,
yeah,
amazing. And maybe even like a parent did this and then they have their kid sign it or have their kid write the name on there. That's wonderful. That's fantastic. Like, that's a really fun story. It's not worth $1,400 without them I mean, even if they told us, hey, this started out as a Fender custom shop. Everything here is MIA.
Yeah.
Everything here is high dollar value. We've got this, you know, they mentioned the pickups. I don't know anything about that brand. But they don't mention anything else about the build. We don't know if this is parts. We don't know.
I believe it's a 3-tone burst Squire 40th anniversary.
Well, it does have a Squire neck plate on it, doesn't it?
It also has a Squire bridge on it. So I think it might all be Squire.
Is that a wood truss thing or is that plastic? It's hard to tell from the grain. It
looks like wood, and I'm trying to remember if
but also they did like a sand and stain thing over the headstock. So you see like a sanding grain in there. That might just be a trick of the eye. It could be a plastic Squire truss thing. Because they did spray over this. You can see the orange peel going on.
It's because it's like they hit it with the heat gun to take off the Squire. Oh my gosh, it is Migas Touch.
Is it really? They spelled that one right. Wait, did they spell hiccups right? Are these hiccups?
No. And that is apparently a $500 set of pickups for the SRV set. I don't know.
Wow. Okay. So they threw a nice set of pickups.
But then their other pickups are like $80. So I don't really know.
They need to, here's what they need to do with this guitar. They need to pull those pickups out, save them for something else or sell them.
Yeah.
And then they need to sell this at a price below what it commanded as a Squire. The Relicing was fun for you to do.
Yeah.
Person selling this. It doesn't match up to what you were trying to do quite right. Like, everyone can tell exactly what's going on here. They can tell that it started out as a poly guitar, and they can tell that you went a little bit too hard with the heat gun or the blowtorch or something like that.
I'm going to throw this one out, this comment too. I had a moment where I was listening to a lot of Stevie Ray Vaughan, and then I stopped. That's all I have to say about that.
That's how everything goes. You start and then you stop.
Yeah. But this person says it was made to the exact spec down to the, I don't know, the pickups, I guess, of Stevie Ray Vaughan. But then you look at the guitar, and did you put these pictures of Stevie Ray Vaughan in here?
I did, for reference.
And he's got pictures of his guitar where there's stickers on them, and all of them feature that left-handed bridge. Yeah. And I think the left hand, I think if you don't have
all these pictures are of the same guitar of Stevie Ray Vaughan. So different eras of it being reliced as he played it.
Yeah.
You know?
But they also have like these, I think he's actually really well known for those stickers and for the left-handed trim. What this should have been sold as is a Rory Gallagher clone. Then you could get away with having a right-handed trim on it. But to say that it's an exact spec Stevie Ray Vaughan and you don't have a reverse trim, like, I mean, I don't know, Stevie Ray Vaughan fans, did he use a right-handed trim at some point?
Well, he had other guitars, but the guitar that he's famous for and the guitar that they're obviously trying to indicate as a tribute with this one, it should have the left-handed trim on it. It should have, SRV on the pickguard. It should have the reproductions of the stickers and things like that. And you should wear a great big fuzzy hat with a feather sticking out of it and a woman's blouse, or you're just not doing the thing.
Ryan.
Yes.
I just want to take a minute to thank the folks that support the shenanigans. Besides our sponsors that we talked about earlier,
of course,
we also have the folks over at Patreon who joined us at Patreon. Patreon.com/60cyclehumcast right here on the lower third
down here.
At the
Steve knows what a lower third is.
At the
now.
$1 level, we've got David Drysdale. I'm just wondering if he's related to Don Drysdale. At the $5 level, we've got Tim.
Thanks, Tim.
And upgrading from the $10 level to the $25 level, we've got Brian Bites. So thanks, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
And like I said, all this money goes to support what we do here. It's dinner for our families when we record, which I know my family really appreciates, because when I'm at home, a lot of times I try to take care of the cooking. When the cook is not at home, then it's nice for the family just to be able to go pick up food.
There's an element of us being taken away from our families at dinner time to record these episodes. Obviously it's not as inconvenient for my family. They're all up here in space with me, but Steve he commutes up here on podcast nights and his family's left at home. And, just being able to say, hey, you know what, go buy food, order out. Don't worry about it. Like, it is a huge, huge deal to support the making of this show. Like we really can't overstate that enough. Also, we use that money for travel, for expenses, for buying lights and cameras and stuff like that. I'm about to use Patreon funds to go to Henning's house. I'm going to go to 42 Gear Street. Do you know how expensive it is to fly to Germany from space? It's almost as expensive as flying from San Diego. So the Patreons are really making that happen. That's going to all be Patreon funded content, everything that I film at Henning's house. So yeah, huge thanks to the Patreons. You make this happen.
Ryan, I'm going to mix it up.
I wonder how many Patreons that fake channel has. You think they're paying to have fake Patreons?
I don't know if he has a Patreon.
That should be an indicator. Like, if your channel has, over 100,000 subscribers and is getting hundreds of thousands of views and you don't have a Patreon, that's a little suspect, isn't it?
Ryan, I want to change it up. We have a pile of mail back here, but I think it's going to take too long to
I agree.
do it.
Next episode. Sorry, Fender.
I want to do this piece of mail.
Okay, you still want to do mail?
You want to do this one, or do we want to save this for later?
Let's save it for next time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No mail. No what's new.
We just flopped our gums, folks, for way too long about YouTube crime.
Yeah.
Allegedly. For entertainment purposes.
This next ad was sent by Corey DeLeon. Thanks, Corey.
I forget which one it is.
It's the Catch 'em All.
Ryan, that's right.
Let's look at some of the specs on this guitar. This guitar is made by Geppetto's Guitar.
Yeah, we've covered a bunch of theirs because they make cool stuff that's fun to talk about.
What are they called? Geppetto's Guild.
Right, Geppetto's Guild.
This is a Pokemon guitar. This is the guitar you get when you want to be the very best, like no one ever was. It took me a minute to figure this out. That I think this is, because this is a red Telecaster, I think it is also fire typed themed, which means avid Butthole Bonsley collector Emily Hopkins could not get this guitar because Bonsley is not a fire type. In fact, I think Bonsley being like a
Butthole Bonsley?
Butthole Bonsley. It's a thing. It's a thing, dude.
I don't know anything about Pokemon, and I'm learning there's a butthole.
There's like a tree or like a nut Pokemon or something that definitely I think has a visible butthole. Like if there was a cat Pokemon, we're gonna make this very accurate.
It's a tree,
but it's like a tree type.
Trees do famously have buttholes.
Grass type or something. So it's very Anyway, this listing is so amusing to me because it lists out like all of the cards or a bunch of them, as if like it changes the value of the guitar. Like if you slap a Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card into a guitar and you glass over it, I think you didn't improve the value of the guitar. I think all you did was ruin the card. But I don't know. Like maybe there's a way to extract.
Maybe you can use this guitar in a Pokemon match. Is that what it is? A match? A tournament?
Tournament? Yeah, I think you're supposed to keep your cards to yourself. I don't know.
You would pull up the guitar and you would put it on the table and you would point. You'd say that one.
I don't think that's how you play Pokemon, Ryan, but
well, you know more than me.
I've never played Pokemon. I've only played the video game. That's it. Oh, have I? I only played Pokemon.
There's probably a lot of ways to play Pokemon, whether it be on the Game Boy, on other Nintendo systems, or on Pokemon Go.
I don't know if it's on any other systems. It might only be.
I think it's exclusively Nintendo, isn't it?
Yes. But I'm saying I think it might also only be on portables. I really don't know.
You don't think there was ever a Super Nintendo or?
Not that I remember.
I don't know anything.
Nintendo Pokemon fanboys, let me know.
If you were going to get a guitar like this, that was covered in playing cards, collectible cards, et cetera, what direction would you go?
So obviously I think you've got this one. I think there's two other ones that need to exist. There are, in fact, I've got some that were sent to me by Fuzzrocious years ago.
Oh, I think I know where you're going.
I think Doug Cower made a Star Trek themed guitar a few years ago, and I think it should have had some Star Trek playing, collectible cards in it.
Yeah, didn't we? Someone sent us packs of those, and we opened a bunch of Next Generation Star Trek cards.
Oh yeah,
that was
Did we do that
6 or 7 years ago? It feels like.
I know. Like I said, Ryan from Fuzzrocious sent us a bunch that were just loose.
Yeah.
There's also, Star Wars, the collectible card game.
You used to be a big
like Pokemon
baseball card boy. Do you think you'd go that direction?
I can't imagine theming something, like wanting to theme something around that. And, and then, this is $4,100. I can't,
too close to home,
can't imagine
maybe
doing that. And if I was good with, if I was good at finishing, which I have zero experience finishing a guitar, I think it would actually be kind of cool to take, something from the 80s and I say the 80s because at least for baseball,
so do an era theme, 80s baseball cards,
and do the color and the cards. And those would really be the cards, I think, from a baseball aspect to do it with, because a lot of that, they call it the junk wax era, because pretty much very few cards are worth more than a couple bucks. It's called junk wax because they were mass produced, like millions of cards were printed. So very few of them really have gained value.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
If I was going to do it,
everything's collectible, folks, but some things are not so collectible.
You're familiar with Mars Attacks, right?
Yeah.
There's a movie.
Yeah. Tim Burton.
It started as a collector's card.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Kind of like Garbage Pail Kids or something like that. Yeah. It was kind of like a comedy gore sort of collector's card. That same company that made those made a card set called Dinosaurs Attack. Pretty much the same sort of concept. Dinosaurs attacking people in the modern world. That's what I would go for. 100%. Or I'd do like Garbage Pail Kids or Wacky Packages or something like that. You know?
I think there's a lot of fun ideas. I think I like this sunburst thing, and that's actually, I was kind of opposed to this idea until you threw out when you first threw out the baseball card thing. I'd been thinking about it. I couldn't think of a concept. And when I thought about this as a burst, the current and also the 80s, 80s Padres, not as much, but the current Padres are definitely like a brown and gold, or brown and yellow. In the 80s, they were more of like a brown and sand and orange going on. But those are all very burstable color combos.
Totally. Super burstable.
And so that's where I was like, that could really work. You know?
Totally. Because the 90s colors of blue, white, and
orange.
Yeah, that wouldn't work as a burst.
That would be kind of like, you could burst anything. It just,
So they want $4,000 for this thing. We don't know what those cards are worth, so that could actually be a deal. You chip all that finish off, liberate those cards from the guitar, and you're going to play them in your next Pokemon tournament, and you're going to catch them all.
That's the thing that's rough here is they talk about 1999 base set unlimited Charizard. It's a genuine vintage base Charizard. It makes it sound like it's worth something, but there's no way for you to extract it. So,
but it's there, Steve.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a fan for this.
There's some fun details that we should mention before we move on.
Yeah.
Them doing the Geppetto's Guild logo as the Pokemon
I really
logo.
like that. That was
super
well
fun
done.
detail. The fact that the guy holding it in the picture is wearing the hat.
Yeah, and the shirt.
And the shirt. That's a shirt. Oh, he's wearing a Pokemon shirt as well. The red hardware is cool. Geppetto's Guild always like goes above and beyond with their theme guitars. It really stands out as a classy build. I even like the fade on the edge to the sparkle orange on the edges of the guitar. Like this isn't someone's like garage project where like, oh, I'm gonna lacquer a bunch of cards to a guitar. No, this is really, really well done. $4,000. I'm not gonna argue with it because I wouldn't know what to say to argue with it.
Exactly.
Oh, you know what would be another fun one?
Well, it'd be another fun one, right?
90s X-Men cards.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That'd be a fun one. Like some sort of, or like some other kind of comic book collectible card. But I remember the X-Men comic cards. I had a friend who had a bunch of them. And they had all these crazy like foil cards and stuff like that, like Cyclops blasting things with his eye.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, and Wolverine on there, and Storm and Rogue, and the whole gang.
Are you just gonna name every X-Men?
Get every X-Men on the front and all the villains on the back, or vice versa. Whatever you want to do.
What about like anti-heroes?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
well, you put them on the side where they're kind of like, because there's a lot of that in X-Men where it's like sometimes they're a hero, sometimes they're a villain. It depends on their motivation this time. So I don't know, just put your favorites wherever you want them.
All right, this last ad is a new vintage baritone. I don't know what that is because I haven't looked yet.
This is a fun project.
This is from Joey Scar.
Mm-hmm. We're going to find out if someone else in this episode can beat Joey Scar. That's the name of the game.
1950s 2019 custom baritone solid body electric guitar, Pelham Blue with Dano appointments. This is $2,400 basically out of Santa Monica, California. This super cool baritone started with an unfinished body and neck that had been fashioned sometime in the late 1950s. We made a Brazilian rosewood fingerboard, cleaned up the original neck and body, and then went with the baritone scale length for that Dwayne Eddy Southern California surf and hot rod vibe. Added modern / old style Dano parts and a couple old radio knobs. Those knobs are very cool.
The treatment of those knobs, the installation of them is radical.
They are fit flush to the pick guard. And of course this cool Pelham Blue. They're calling it Pelham Blue. I actually thought that was Lake Placid, but maybe they're not.
It's Lake Pelham.
Lake Pelham, exactly. And a custom cut 3-ply pick guard to complete the look. Let's get some close-ups. This is a 7-pound, 4-ounce guitar. It's on the lighter side especially for a baritone. There's a fish logo on it.
Yeah, but
not the band fish.
No, someone has taken some old import Italian, Japanese, who knows, sort of guitar here, and they've done luthiery work on it. Like this isn't just like, oh, rattle can and new pickup and we're gonna make this thing play kind of a little bit better. Man. They've completely reworked this vintage import, possibly student model guitar to be something extremely attractive.
Yeah, this knob install is really cool.
Isn't that so
also
clean?
A total pain in the ass.
Yeah, but it's so clean.
Yeah.
And it's a single pickup guitar. You're probably never going to mess with anything other than the volume knob. You're going to set and forget most of your playing on this. It probably feels amazing as like a strummer. I do kind of wish it had a bridge pickup, but that is an extreme neck pickup placement with the scale of this thing and the bridge so far back.
Because this is a baritone.
I bet this thing has this beautiful, great, big, warm sound to it. Excellent work here. Another one where I don't think I'm going to even try to argue with the price at all. They've done the work. They put a new fretboard on here. They fashioned a new fretboard. They came up with all sorts of custom appointments that look really slick. The refinish job looks factory.
Yeah.
This is a slick refurb of an old guitar, and I'm really into it. This is the sort of thing where, you know how you hear about like in Cuba, they're still driving around like cars from the 1950s.
Right, Studebakers and whatever.
Isn't even really totally true anymore because they do business with countries other than America. So I'm sure they have other brands of cars there now. But this is the sort of thing that would exist in a fictional future where a country gets cut off from guitar manufacturing and they just have to make things that already exist work indefinitely. So you end up with things that were old being completely redone to be something new and modern and playable in a modern way. And I think it's just stunning.
Yeah.
Super cool. So
it's hard to argue with that.
Who do we think is going to win this one, Steve? Are we going to need the wheel? We've got the baritone that we just covered, the perfect SRV relic, and we've got the catch 'em all. They all feel kind of equal to me.
Yeah, what's you know, all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. Yeah. What's our less equal? Is there one that we can just agree to toss?
No. You got to pick a favorite. I've got to pick a favorite, and then we'll let the wheel decide.
Well, because you picked it specifically for me, I think I'm almost obligated to take the catch 'em all into the wheel round.
That feels like a real Steve option here. Just because Joey's won so much, I'm going to go with the perfect relic.
All right. So we got Justin Jolkowski with the perfect relic.
Joey won't be angry.
We've got catch 'em all with Corey De Leon.
All feel like equal to me, though.
Yeah.
You go ahead and do the honors. Although Steve always wins is, I think, what Joey said.
That's what people say. Woo woo.
But it doesn't really matter if I spun it if Steve always wins.
Yeah. I keep moving. Can't stop, won't stop grooving.
Oh, Steve always wins. Congratulations, Corey DeLeon. Corey DeLeon?
Corey DeLeon.
DeLeon.
I don't know. This song was sent by the band Hey Alveh. I'm not sure. They sent a message over Instagram saying, for the albums, the guitar I use, there's an Epiphone Crestwood Anniversary, Fender Ventera HH, a Squier Panorama Baritone, a Squier Mustang bass, Fender Tele Standard, and a Deluxe. There's a lot of guitars on this. Fender Hot Rod Deluxe 3 amp and an Orange Crush Bass 100 plus a couple amp sims. And for pedals, it's the Warm Audio Foxy Tone Box, the Keeley Electronics Loomer, the Electro Harmonics Lester K Rotary, the Electro Harmonics Oceans 11. That's one of your favorites.
That's a good one.
And the Thorpe Effects, the Dane Overdrive Booster, and then effects on bass, a Sans amp and a Behringer Overdrive. The drums are manually programmed with Get Good Drums.
All right.
So let's see if I can
find drums programmed by hand.
We're gonna play this song called Right Now. I'm playing it because it's called Right Now.
Which is right now.
Right now, we're the same. Right now, I play the game. I take the chance and roll the dice. If I lose, no mistakes me twice. Right now, right now. Take a seat on the floor, stand
Oh, that was killer. Absolutely excellent. All the Patrons get to hear what we have to say over the song while it's playing.
Well, all of the $1 and up patrons, because there is a free.
All the paying Patreons.
All the paying. But yeah, this was Hey Alveh from Southern Ohio. That was excellent.
Dude,
it's really well put together.
I hope this demonetizes this episode. Like anytime a song is really good, I'm like, oh man, I hope they're on CD Baby or DistroKid or something like that. And I hope that this episode gets demonetized so they can have their $7 to $14 that we've earned for them, because you really did earn it. We make money other ways. We don't have to rely on the ad revenue from podcast episodes, so it doesn't bum us out when we get demonetized.
Not at all.
For playing viewer songs, especially when they're excellent like that. Good job. All right. Thanks for watching.
Stay grounded.